Welcome back, everyone. We are back with another chapter, and we are on chapter 6. So let us take a deep breath in and begin. The Impressionist. That was the name he'd settled on for himself, picking it from a list of 3 quite good ones. Stood just across the street from Jazz's house, gazing up at Jazz's dark bedroom window. He wondered, idly, but he wondered nonetheless, how Billy Dent's son slept at night. Did Jasper Dent dream of bodies and blood? Or was he like every other teenage boy, dreaming of girls and cars and the future? The Impressionist had followed the body to the police station/morgue. There was no particular reason to do so, no imperative that compelled them. But when you've spent such intimate time with someone, when you've seen the light in her eyes glimmer and then blink out, heard the soft sigh of her last breath, sometimes it's hard to let go. So he'd park down the block to watch the cranky old station wagon pull into the parking lot. And to his amazement, he'd spotted none other than Billy Dent's Jeep in the parking lot, just like any other car. The Impressionist recognized it from an episode of 60 Minutes. Or maybe it was 2020. He kept getting them confused. Whichever one, it didn't matter. What mattered was that it was definitely Billy Dent's Jeep, which meant that the kid who then came out of the police station and kicked the bumper had to be none other than Jasper Dent. From the police station, the Impressionist followed Jasper at a distance, to the morgue that night, then to here, home. The street on which Jazz lived with his grandmother was a street in name only. It was more a long driveway to a large, grotesque McMansion half a mile away, a run of cracked pavement and loose stone. The Dent house, a rickety colonial in a state of disrepair, sat along this drive like an afterthought, equidistant between the McMansion and the main road. Everything about the house said, "Oh, that's right, now I remember," as though the house were slowly forgetting itself into non-existence. Unless you knew who lived within, you would never peg this house as the epicenter of Billy Dent's decades-long harrowing of America. But within those humble walls, a legacy had been born. Billy Dent had grown up there, and now his son lived there. The house and the legacy passed down like a baton going from one runner to the next. A simple house, run down and inconspicuous. Right here in the very middle of Middle America, hell had been born and suckled and matured. The Impressionists grinned. A serial killer's greatest ability is the ability to blend in, just like this house. No one driving by would guess out what had grown within, and no one would guess what was growing in there now. Billy Dent had blended in flawlessly, convincing friends and neighbors and acquaintances that he was just one of the guys. Barbecues in the summer, coaching a little league baseball team for 3 years, volunteering to drive the food mobile on alternating weekends, and no one knew. No one suspected. Idiots. No, not idiots. Prospects. The Impressionist blended in too. The dead woman in the field hadn't suspected a thing when he'd first approached her at the Dairy Queen off the highway just outside Lobel's Nod. Late at night, a bland-looking man asked to borrow your cell. Car died 2 miles back, you see. Just need to call AAA, if you don't mind. Oh, hell. And then a quick apology for swearing in front of a lady. She ate it up. They need to call me again near the car so I can read them the VIN number. Can I borrow your phone again? Or maybe you can just walk with me and then take your phone back when I'm done? It was too easy, really. He sighed into the cool October night air, his breath a vaporous cloud that dispersed almost immediately. The Impressionist had known that he would, inevitably, cross paths with Dent's kid. In a perverse way, he looked forward to it, even though he had been given a rule. He was not to interact with Jasper Dent. And sure as hell, no harm was to come to Jasper Dent. We'll see about that, the Impressionist thought. He raised his cell phone and thumbed through the photos and videos stored there. All shot today. All of Jasper Dent, caught unawares, going about his life. As far as the Impressionist could tell, young Jasper Dent had the blending in part down to a T. No one suspected him of being a killer. Even Jasper himself didn't suspect it.